I cooked breakfast for my niece and nephew. So my sister Katie has these two kids, Emma, who's 8, and Jake, who's 6, and they stay over at my apartment sometimes when she's working late shifts at the hospital. Last Saturday morning, they were both being super whiny about being hungry, so I figured I'd make them something special instead of just cereal. I'm not exactly a chef, but I can handle basic stuff. I decided to make pancakes from scratch because I had all the ingredients and thought it would be fun. The kids were excited, sitting at my kitchen counter watching me mix the batter. Emma kept asking if she could help flip them, and Jake was just bouncing in his chair making airplane noises. Everything was going fine until I realized I was out of regular milk. All I had was this oat milk I'd bought for my coffee because I was trying to be healthier. I figured milk is milk, right? The kids wouldn't even notice the difference in pancakes. Wrong. So wrong. Jake took one bite and immediately started making this disgusted face. Emma tried to be polite about it but kept pushing the pancakes around her plate. They both asked for cereal instead, which honestly hurt my feelings a little, but whatever. Kids are picky. The real problem started when Katie came to pick them up. The kids immediately ran to her, talking about how Uncle Mike made weird pancakes that tasted funny. Katie asked me what I put in them, and when I mentioned the oat milk, her face went completely white. Turns out Jake has a severe oat allergy that I had absolutely no idea about. Like, hospital-level severe. Katie started freaking out, checking Jake's face and arms for any signs of swelling or hives. She was asking him if his throat felt scratchy, if he could breathe okay, all this scary stuff. I felt like the worst uncle in the world. Jake seemed fine. He'd only taken one small bite and spit most of it out because he didn't like the taste, but Katie was in full panic mode. She called their pediatrician right there in my kitchen, explaining what happened while I just stood there feeling like garbage. The doctor said to watch him for the next few hours, but that since he barely ate any and wasn't showing symptoms, he was probably okay. But Katie was still mad. Really mad. She started going off about how I should have asked about allergies first, how I should have stuck with regular ingredients, how she can't trust me to watch them anymore. I tried to explain that I literally had no idea about the allergy, that she'd never mentioned it before, but she wasn't hearing it. Then my mom got involved because Katie called her crying about the whole thing. Mom called me asking what the hell I was thinking, giving kids food without checking with their parent first. I tried to defend myself, saying I was just making breakfast, not feeding them experimental cuisine, but everyone was acting like I'd tried to poison Jake on purpose. The worst part was watching Jake during all this chaos. He kept asking why everyone was so upset, if he was going to be okay, why mommy was crying. This poor kid went from having a normal morning to being the center of a medical emergency over pancakes he didn't even like. Katie ended up taking both kids home and didn't talk to me for 3 days. When she finally called, she apologized for overreacting, but said she needed me to understand how serious food allergies are. She explained that Jake's oat allergy developed when he was 4, and they're super careful about reading every ingredient label. I felt terrible because she was right. I should have asked. It never occurred to me that something as basic as oat milk could be dangerous. I always thought food allergies were just about nuts or shellfish or whatever.